kahia ka kākou e ala mai ke iho nei ke kai na hoi he wala e Papakū Makawalu o Liʻiliʻi na ka mea nui kalimu pahe e na hoi kalimu ele kalimu hoa na hoi a e kipa mai kākou o tau ko kākou ai na kakari a ka kela o kalimu.
My mama. Early mornings and tidal pools, Mama heads for the ocean in her mu'umu'u. During ancestral hours, drifts of seaweed picked in saltwater spray, small-eyed nets set for ohua, baby fish, just hatched before sunrise, now drying on the rocks. While Mama with bamboo pole fished for a string of hinalea or anything else that will bite. Scoops up a bag full of shellfish and heads for home. Breakfast for family is served by 8 a.m.
Ui, aloha kakahia ka kākou ea. O mana oi hula wau I Pua Liʻiliʻi me Tūtū ma ke aukaha. Ko ala ia wau e Tūtū, wake up, hai sleep. E iho ana I kai, ohi limu, paʻipaʻi ohua paha. No Tūtū ka moʻomoʻo, na o ka paʻipaʻi. Aloha.
My mother died in 1979 of cancer, and my father died in 1989. And so when my dad died, we needed to keep the family together. And because usually when your parents die, your family just sort of go on their own. So each sibling take their family, become their own little kingdom unto themselves. But we didn't want that to happen. We wanted us to stay close, and stay close because of what we learned from them. And it would help build that, make it, give us support and make it more solid. And so we came up with the idea of coming up with a 501c3 foundation. We knew nothing about foundation. And also at that particular time, my mother had become a Hawaiian icon. And so we thought we'd call the foundation after her name. So we did. And, you know, everybody praises the Kanakaʻole name, but she wasn't a Kanakaʻole. My father was a Kanakaʻole, although the Kanakaʻole side was very strong people. And so she did a great favor for my father's family as well as for her family. And so with that, we took off with the Edith Kanakaʻole Foundation. We learned how to run a 501c3. We pulled together all of the Hawaiian concepts that we grew up with and built upon it. And continued the Hālau. because the Hālau actually belonged to my mother's family and my mother's mother, who was steeped in hula kapu. And then she taught hula throughout all of our lives. We learned hula from my grandmother. And eventually, when my grandmother died, we continued with my mother. So hula was a very strong part of our Hawaiian education. And chanting was a very strong part of our Hawaiian education.
Symbolically, Kekuhi means to point in a direction. So we use that metaphorically to be able to show other people or to point the way. I guess my biggest dream is to take hula into the 21st century. Still having hula that's traditional, which is what we do, but the stories still are ongoing now. And we'd like to present that type of hula. And it's been a challenge for us to convince our people that if the story is still ongoing, then hula must evolve into that kind of presentation. That's been a challenge for us.
Kamaliʻi o Hiʻikeakaikamalama is a Hawaiian culturally based educational program under the Edith Kanakaʻole Foundation. So the meaning of Hiʻikeakaikamalama is to carry in this area how we would carry a baby or a loved one, and to malama them, to take care of them and to watch them grow. The teachers here give off a very loving and caring environment where it's not just teacher to student, it's more like bringing your keiki here to an auntie or to a grandma's house where it's just family. And that's what we try to promote here at Hiʻikeakaikamalama. Hiʻikeakaikamalama is a year-round program, and for the last several years we have been using the Papakū Makawalu methodology to categorize and organize the natural worlds within the universe. The keiki have been going home, talking to their parents about learning kilo and the different cloud types. So the parents are now coming into the classroom and wanting to educate themselves more about the Papakū Makawalu, specifically the Papakū aspect. And eventually we hope that by just the parents knowing, they get to tell a friend, and the Papakū Makawalu methodology continues to spread and learn, basically by the keiki in the program. Receives its reward.
Hānau kupo, hānau kumulipo I kupo, he kāne, hānau po ele kupo, he wahine. The night gave birth. Born was kumulipo in the night, a male. Born was po ele in the night, a female. Hānau ka uku koa koa. Hānau kana, he a koa koa, puka. Born was the coral polyp. Born was the coral, came forth. Hānau ka pea pea kana keiki, puka. Born was the starfish. His child, the small starfish, came forth. Hānau ka veli, he veli veli kana keiki, puka. Born was the sea cucumber. His child, the small sea cucumber, came forth. Hānau ka leho, o ka pū leho leho kana keiki, puka. Born was the kauri, his child, the small kauri, came forth. Hānau ka pipipi, o ke kupeʻe kana keiki, puka. Born was the Narita shellfish, the sand-burrowing shellfish, his child, came forth. Hānau ka ama-ama, hānau ka ʻanae, ʻike kai la holoholo. Born is the ama-ama, born the ʻanae. In the sea they're swimming. These words come from the Kumulipo, the story of the creation of our universe. These images are the descendants of our ancestors, for the Kumulipo details the inherent connection between all living things. It is here at Honohononui that the Kumulipo was created, and it is here that our ohana continue to live. The Edith Kanakaʻole Foundation continues the teachings of the Kumulipo through Papakū Makawalu. We asked Dr. Huihui Kanahele Mossman to explain the concept of Papakū Makawalu.
Papakū Makawalu is a method of organizing our environment. So unlike the Kumulipo, it is not a written out chant or not a written out documentation, but it's actually a way, it's a process of creating something like the Kumulipo, or it's a process of looking at our environment in 3 different perspectives. And the 3 different perspectives comes from Wa'umikumalima, which is the 15th section of the Kumulipo. It lands right after the section on Haumea, and it basically states 3 different, as you can call it, sciences, I suppose, which is Papahuli, which studies everything above our heads. Papahuli Honua, which is the study of everything within the earth, everything that the earth produces. And Papahano Moku, which is the study of everything that is born. And Papakū Makawalu takes all the natural phenomenon and looks at all of these natural phenomenon through those 3 different lenses. And these lenses are directly recorded in the Kumulipo, and what we're doing at present day is that we are deconstructing these lenses, or deconstructing the method of the Kumulipo through Papakū Makawalu.
But our mission in the foundation was or is to elevate Hawaiian intelligence. We didn't like the idea of, people always putting down Hawaiian thoughts and looking at what we did as Hawaiian as mediocre. And so we knew that our ancestors were very intelligent. In order to survive out here in the middle of the Pacific, they had to know their environment well. And so that's what we wanted to be able to get into and understand. And so we knew that we could find that in chants. And so we started to search in chants. Read through all of the books. Started with David Mullo, as I said earlier. And Kamakau, John Papaliʻi, all of those books first, all of the Hawaiian books first, and then we went into the Bishop Museum memoirs, as well as the Emerson's writing, and some of the other writers, and all of those foreign writers who came in and tried to preserve what we had as Hawaiians. We read through all of the books and trying to understand what they're saying with how we were raised. And that's what we built our foundation on, and the idea for intelligence. And that's what we understand. That's how we understand the closeness our kupunas had with their environment.